Well, it's early in the morning. It's about time for another little adventure, this and that with Lovie. And it's a Thursday morning, and it's a garbage day. And I was talking for a few weeks back about garbage and maybe a little bit about the history of garbage. So I was talking to my garbage man this morning, and I asked him a little bit about how things were handled back in the day. I've been here since 1978, and in late 70s, I know that the city that I live in had its own personal dumping ground for garbage, and it's been closed for a long time now. We have a county landfill, and most of the towns around here had their own little garbage dumps. And so what I'm going to do is I've located the garbage dump, the historical garbage dump. It hasn't been used for a long time, and the farmer whose ground it's on gave me permission to go down and check things out. And I know him, I've known him a long time, and so I'm going to head on down and see whether or not we can find some goodies. I don't expect a lot, because a lot of the good stuff's been buried deep, but there's exposed stuff, so we'll see what happens. I'll talk to you after a little bit, and we'll get going here on the garbage tour. Okay, here's the house that the farmer lives in, and we're going to head on down. We're going down this little lane down here, and we're going to see where they used to dump the city garbage. We got to go down here and open a gate. As you can see, I'm going to come down into what looks like an open pasture area, but we got to go way down to, guess what? The local ditch. And so we're going to come on down here, and when I get down to the ditch, I will basically talk a little bit before we get started. We'll look for some treasure and see what we can find, and when I get all done, I'll show you what I found. We're not going to do a big dig, but we're going to do a little bit of one. I drove on down here. It's early in the morning. The sun's just coming, and I back up that way is where I came from. And looking in this little area, the farmer used to run cattle down here, so there's a lot of evidence of that. But we're going to get down in here, and my understanding was they used to haul their trash down here and dump it. And then they make a big pile, and about once a week, county come in, push it in the ditch. So there's all kinds of stuff down there, and we're going to go look and see if we can find some things that are basically not too deep. I'll dig a little bit. We'll see what we can come up with, and we'll show you the results when we get all done. This is Lovie, and we're getting ready to dig the garbage. As we find some old bottles down here, I mean, it's a dump back in here, but I found this couple bottles here. An old liquor bottle. It's not that old because it's got a screw top lid, but it's kind of interesting. It says liquor bottle on it. It's indented on the bottom. It says 1 quart. Who knows what kind it is. And then I also found something I hadn't seen for a long time. An old Pepsi bottle, busted up. An old fluted one. And those haven't been around since like 70s. Someplace in like that. So this stuff's just laying on the surface, let alone how much stuff is buried down here. Got down a ways, and there's a lot of stuff buried in old appliances, a lot of tires. As you can see, there's tires everywhere. Metal, I mean bricks. There's all kinds of stuff. You go back over this way, and you get down in here and even look even more down here. Look how dirty the water is. Contamination everywhere. Wouldn't be acceptable today. Still more tires. Tires everywhere. Huge ones. And then we got buckets, cans, oil cans. Here's an oil can over here, some type. I have no idea if I rusted. I have no idea what it is. Yeah, maybe on the bottom. Yeah, got something on it. It says 5 gallons on it. They're not obviously metal. It'll look like a chicken coop or something like that. So I'm going to stay down here a little bit longer, and we'll see what we've got down in here. Okay, there's a tire down here. It's been here a week or two, I think, because there it is. There's a tree growing up. Tree growing up in the middle of it. And it's up there a ways, so it's probably been down there a few years. Interesting. Back home from my dig down there at the city dump where they dump their garbage. A lot of stuff, a lot of I'm sure pollution, a lot of ground. I brought a few items back. Just a little bit of what was there, and I didn't dig very much anyways. Most of the stuff I picked up was just stuck in the ground a little ways. And so, typical, but I'm going to show you a couple of things that I found, and you can imagine how much stuff is buried underneath there. And today, couldn't do that today, I don't think. I mean, today when you do something like that, somebody's always going to complain, but back in the day, they used to do that all the time, bury their trash out in a ditch someplace. So, I'll get back to you and tell you what's going on. Okay, some of the items that I got here, obviously typical stuff, and a lot of brick, a lot of building brick like this. I brought back a little sample. So a lot of these bricks, and this is a part of probably was a foundation, something like that. This is the way they used to do it in the old days, you know, in the base of an old barn or an old shed or something like that. And obviously this stuff was used as fill in some of those ditches, but that's typical for some of the stuff back down there. And then I did find obviously some bottles. I don't know if this is their screw top tells me this basically, you know, 60s, 70s, something like that, maybe even from the 50s. I don't know if that would be some kind of ointment or whatever it is. But then I found this cool green bottle. It says vino on it, so I know it's a wine bottle, and I don't know, I have never seen one like it before, so it's kind of a cool color. So I don't know, it's not flat on the bottom, it won't stand upright, so I don't know, that's kind of an interesting. I'll have to do a little research on that and find out exactly how old that particular bottle is. And then, probably the good stuff, I dug them out a little bit. They're pretty toasty, but I got a couple of license plates. Here's a 74 Iowa plate, truck plate, and this one over here is a 72, but the cool thing about this one, and it's pretty bad, is a 36 county. That's the county that I live in Iowa. That's Fremont County. And as you can see back up there on the wall, I got a whole bunch of plates up on the wall, and I think there's a 36 county right there, number 727. So that's kind of where we're at. That's my venture into the garbage dump down there, and good luck to them in the future. So this is Lovie signing off. If you like what you see a little bit about this and that, why don't you hit the subscribe button. Talk to you later again. Lovie out.